Hey girly, Pandora here with another video. So welcome to my channel. I realize I don't really do intros or outros. This is probably why, because it's awkward. But hey girly, Pandora here again, like I just said. See, awkward. With another video. So today I just wanted to do some like colorful makeup and vents. Yeah, I know I'm not like crazy big or anything like that, but this is low-key kind of therapeutic, and it's just as easy as writing. I could just kind of vent what's on my mind and what I've been going through and stuff lately. And if you guys want to watch and listen to me vent, then you guys can watch and listen to me vent and be very newbie with my makeup. I'm kind of feeling like an orangey vibe today, and yeah, feeling like excited and crazy at the same time. So I was like, why not a recap, I think, of 2022. I think it was 2022. That was my last vent, like kind of session recap, whatever you want to call it, but I'll have it linked down below if you do want to check it out and compare from then to now. Like, it's kind of crazy and drastic now that I'm really thinking about it. But yeah, let's kind of get into it and see where this little journey takes us. So like as always, I usually start with my brows and everything first. Yeah, I have no order in whatever way that I'm going to talk about things. It's whatever comes to mind first, I guess. Yeah, so bear with me. So let's see, what do I want to get into first? Oh, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my hair is like copper now. It looks really red in the sunlight, and I'm really curious if anyone else has dyed their hair copper or red or whatever. Is the red hair phase a thing? Because I really would like to know, because I feel like it's really a thing. Like, I have been crazy, I have been wild. I feel like it just kind of intensified the craziness even more that I already am. And I just feel so brand new and fresh, and I don't know why, I just feel chaotic, but in a good way. I feel chaotic. Yeah, so I feel like the red hair phase is a thing. This is going to stay for a while, if I'm going to be completely honest. Dang, I can't find my sense, and I'm just like blossomed, I guess, in a way. And also I did this without bleaching my hair, my natural hair, because I wanted to stay natural. And I didn't want to bleach my hair because I had bleached my hair before like twice and like damaged my hair like really bad. Yeah, so I didn't want to bleach my hair crazy to get like a super bright color, but bright enough. I did use like 30 developer though and box dye, which probably isn't the best, but you know, it is what it is. So that's what I did to get this color, because my hair is naturally like black. So yeah, but I dyed my hair. I wanted to feel like a new person, because like in my last video, as mentioned, I'm kind of like going on a healing journey and like kind of rediscovering myself and getting back into things that I like doing. And like that breakup for me was just really hard, because that was someone I really did care about. And like I think I mentioned before in that video, I have major growing to do, and that person also has growing to do as well. So I feel like it benefited both of us in a sense to kind of find ourselves and, you know, learn what we want from someone, and like what we are willing to deal with and what we don't want to deal with, and like how we can help someone and in certain situations, or how to be able to take certain situations in, because we both experienced it. I feel like we both experienced things together, like sort of like we weren't ready for, and like it was probably just a lot on each person in their own different way, and it was just a lot to handle all at once, just a lot of crazy things happening back to back, and just kind of put stress on each other and the relationship. And then for me, I know I'm not like the most vulnerable and open person, but for me, I feel like with that person I was with, I was slowly opening up to them just in my own way. Like I remember this memory I had, and I'm like, they hugged me, like they really hugged me. I felt like it's gonna be so crazy to say because like I'm not used to it, but like they hugged me and like I hugged them back, and I felt my body kind of just like release a little bit, and it felt so weird to me. I was like, oh my god, get away. Like, but it felt nice, but like I'm not used to that. So stuff like that was like happening, and like I knew they were trying, but like it was weird for me. It was just odd. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but it's like an awkward laugh. But you know, I also realized with that relationship too, and like a lot of other relationships, and I think my ex told me that, what I'm about to tell you guys, and even family members have told me this too. I'm the kind of person, like I'll get out of a relationship and jump right into another relationship. It's bad, I know, it kind of runs in my DNA. Give myself, here we go, I don't really give myself time or space from a breakup. I kind of like, I'll be like single for like maybe a few weeks or so, and the next thing you know, I'm in a relationship. I don't really give myself to fully like heal or understand what happened and like why and what went wrong in that relationship, and then I don't learn either, and then I carry on whatever trauma I have from that relationship into the next relationship, and then it kind of like leaks onto that person, and then in a way it's kind of like a self-sabotage kind of moment. Oh my god, I'm really revealing myself right now. Ah! I'm not saying like that person was perfect, because they had their stuff too, but it's not all on one person either. And I realized that like I have to recognize my faults in that relationship and other relationships as well, even my friendships, and I have to be able to take responsibility for the things that I like fucked up on, you know. And yeah, just learn to take accountability and be able to like sit back and step back, like, okay, you're kind of messed up here, like you need to chill out, or like you need to actually listen and see what's going on and try to fix it instead of like reacting first. It's either I'm the kind of person, I'll react first, collect myself, and then be rational. And then sometimes I just need to like sit and freaking listen, because like I can't, I really can't. And that's an issue. And like I know now that things I have been working on, I need to work on, and there's some things with some relationships, like friendships and stuff, that I would like to rekindle and fix if it's possible, because I know there are points that I was wrong in the parts in it too, or what caused it. So it's like, just stand up and be real and just be like, look, I sound like I messed up and I'm sorry. You know, people will either accept it or they won't, and I have to be okay with that if they don't accept that. So I'm learning that, and I'm learning to be more open, and I feel like I am slowly but surely getting there, which honestly I'm kind of glad about. Like, will I still have like my guard up a little bit? Yeah, of course, because I'm a kind of person, I feel like when I do sometimes open up, I feel like it just bites me in the ass. So it's hard for me, because I'm just like, are they going to take advantage of me like opening up to them and, you know, use it again? And I know it's bad to think like that, but I do still and yet sometimes, and that's something I'm working on. But yeah, I know that this breakup has made me learn a lot about myself and how I do things, and I'm kind of glad for it though, to be completely honest, because I think if that didn't happen, I would still be in my own little toxic cycle and making things worse for myself and never learning to like fully grow emotionally. So I'm really grateful and thankful for that. And like I can say, because like I feel like it's been almost a year, I feel like, since this has happened. I don't know, I'm like losing count, and like honestly sometimes I get my days mixed up, but I know it's been a while. But I can honestly say that like I could just be like, yeah, you know, I do miss this person, and like not cry about it, and like say like I hope they are doing well or doing good and stuff like that, because I do hope they're doing well and they're doing good and that they're happy. The only thing, like, I know, do I expect anything from this person? No, I don't. Where I'm headed and how I have been mentally and emotionally, and I hope they are feeling the same way too for themselves. Relationships as a whole, what I would like to do before just jumping the gun sometimes and like going into like full throttle into a relationship, I would honestly like to either build some type of foundation first, like a friendship or a really kind of strong knit bond. I know I could do that while in a relationship too, but I feel like with me, I always jump into a relationship with kind of with like the first person that like it feels kind of okay with, but then you start noticing things and then things just kind of build up. That's with me as a person over time, and then you're just like, oh. And yeah, I would like to get to know someone first, see how we really are, hang out a few times and stuff like that, you know, just dating, like plain and simple dating, and see where it goes from there. But also too, I have not really been like single. I feel like I've been single, but not like single for like an extended amount of time. I feel like I'll be single for a few weeks and then be in a relationship, and like I said earlier, like kind of just jump into things. So I think I'm taking this time now to like stay single and like continue focusing on myself, and you know, go out on dates, talk to different kinds of people, see what I like, see who I like, if I like anyone. Yeah, I just want to get to know myself and kind of fall in love with myself in order to do that again with someone else. Yeah, because I feel like at that point in time, I could say I love myself to a certain extent, but I didn't like completely love myself because I was so frustrated with things and certain things in my life, and like I felt like I was trying to play catch up with so many people in my life, and I didn't feel the same sometimes, and I didn't know how to articulate that and like try to tell people how I felt, because you know, sometimes even to this day I still kind of feel behind, which I'm going to get to in a little bit too. Like sometimes I still kind of feel like behind and everyone else is like so far ahead, and I'm over here like kind of like twiddling my thumbs, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know when my turn is going to happen. So yeah, It's like I'm always waiting and like I'm always rooting for someone, and I'm giving everyone else my time, and I never really put that time and stuff and energy into myself like I do with others. And that's another toxic trait. It's good, but it's also toxic because I don't put that same amount of energy as I do into others and like what their goals are and to my goals. I've also noticed too, like I will put myself to the wayside and completely focus on that person and like what they want to do and focus on to get their selves better to that next level. And I kind of feel like I forget about myself, and then sometimes I feel like it's not reciprocated for me too. So that's kind of what makes it hard, because like I could put all my energy into you, but like I can't get the same back. So yeah, and that's just for anybody. But I think I am going to stay single. I kind of just want to see how things go and what happens with people. Like, you never know. Someone might come back, so you might meet someone new. Like, I honestly don't know what I have in store, because sometimes I feel like I live a boring but an exciting life. Like I honestly don't know what to expect. And one day I was like, I realized I've only like, honestly, it's gonna be still bad. I've only like loved like 2 people. And I find that so crazy. Like truly loved 2 people, only 2. And of course it was my first love, like after high school or whatever. Like first loves are first loves. It's kind of expected. And then my ex, my recent ex that you guys from the breakup. Like those are the only 2 people I've honestly can say that I truly love. True feelings like that. But like that person, like I was like in love with that person. So sometimes like that's just, you know, it is what it is. You live and you learn. But we are on a new page, a new chapter, and I'm kind of excited to see what it brings. What characters are going to be added. Who will be re-added, like who will be coming back, because like I said, I do want to fix things with people. There are things I would like to fix if it's willing on their end too. So we'll see. I don't know how long I'm staying single. It's gonna be for a while. I am going to date, like truly date, like have multiple dates with different people. I feel like people don't understand the concept anymore of dating. I'm not exclusively dating anyone. I feel like that's going to take time for me before I can say I'm exclusively dating this person and before I get into a relationship with that exclusive person I'm dating. Yeah. So, and honestly, live my life, because I have been feeling a lot more genuinely happy and I've been feeling more like myself. I've been learning and like regaining the things I like to do that I've enjoyed doing even at a young age, and to my big age that I am now, that I still enjoy doing, and I haven't done those things for such a long time, and it just brings me so much happiness and learning new things I'm actually good at. And I'm just like, wow, all this stuff is hiding. And at the same time, I was scared of doing all this stuff because like, I don't know what people are going to think or say. And sometimes I let that stuff get to my head, what people say, and it kind of like brings me down and like takes me out, and I just stop everything and I just kind of become a zombie and seclude myself, and I don't want to be bothered because like someone could say something that kind of triggered something in me, and I will just shut down completely and just give up on life. As dramatic as that sounds, that's honestly something I would do, and that's something else I'm continuously trying to work on, and not let what people say, because like they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. I'm trying to learn like to not let words hurt me so much, and not like have them keep running in my head. Like move on, confront it or address it and let it go. And even if it's with myself too, and not with that other person who has said something to me, I would like to do both, because I need to communicate better and also communicate with myself better too, which is why I like to write and journal. And what I've come to notice, I'd like to do this too. Even if no one watches it, I still like doing it because it's like a therapeutic release for me. As embarrassing as it is, oh my god. Ooh, this is pretty. Can't keep it all together. I probably should have wrote stuff down that I wanted to talk about, but you know, we're crazy over here and we just go with the flow. Besides all that like relationship lovey-doveys, there may have been a slight change in career paths. Am I you turning back to my old major? Like, am I flipping what I wanted to do originally back to that? So, but it's a little bit different now at the same time. So originally, my plan in high school, let's just throw it back there for a second. My plan originally was for when I did graduate high school and go to college, my plan was to major in medicine, and specifically I wanted to be an ER surgeon. I know, psychotic. So I love the emergency room. Science is honestly my favorite subject. I love science so much. Yeah, like I think one of my few like toy sets besides like Bratz and Barbie, ooh, excuse me, besides like Bratz and Barbie dolls and stuff, I had like a little doctor set, you know, and like I was organizing papers and stuff like that. This is stuff from what my mother has told me. And yeah, and my minor was going to be fashion, because I also have a thing for fashion, like Brat's passion for fashion. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I was going to do. And then there was a day in high school where I was just sitting in my classroom. I believe it was my biology class or something. I can't remember, to be completely honest. It was honestly in one of my science classes, which is like the most ironic thing ever with how much I enjoy science. I had this thing of like, I don't want to be a surgeon anymore. I just want to focus on fashion. And then that kind of made everything change and spiral in a way. So then I shifted gears and started focusing on my minor and made it my major, and kind of kicked what I loved out the way. Don't get me wrong, I love fashion too and stuff, but like when I say I love science, it's like, oh, I love science. I love it. Like being a doctor and stuff, like I would watch like the Untold Stories on the ER, all like those medical, all the medical shows. I would watch it like just all day. But the same thing like with Say Yes to the Dress, America's Next Top Model, fashion shows and stuff like that too, like split down the middle. So then I was like, but fashion just, I don't know what happened, like this whole thing kind of took over, and I was like, yeah, we're just gonna focus on fashion now. Because at the same time, what I was thinking about too was like, if I become a surgeon and if I were to have a family, I wouldn't be able to have that much time with them, because the emergency room demands a lot, etc, etc, etc. And like I started thinking about stuff like that, and I was like, man, I don't know if I would want that for like if I were to have a future family, yada yada yada. Now let's fast forward to present day. I have been, like I said, focusing on fashion and everything, and my mom and I, we were having a conversation one day, and like a lot of things have been happening since I've changed to that, like shifted gears. I feel like a lot of things have been going wrong, and even my mom noticed that. It just seems like a lot of stuff hasn't been going well and kind of like out of place in a way. And although I love it, it just seems like it doesn't want to work right now for me. And I don't understand why. I'm like, I'm good, but like stuff keeps blowing up in my face. I don't understand what's going, ew. I hope you guys can see that. I don't understand what's going on. Like, why is my time not happening like it should be happening? Like, what's going on? And then like it kind of like drains me. It makes me feel bad. Like, am I doing good at this? Am I even good at this? Like, am I good at like anything? Because like that's my thought process, and that's how I get like when nothing seems to be going right. I'm like, what's wrong? What am I messing up on? Like, I just want to be good at something, you know? And we were having a conversation one day, and she's like, I just think things are happening this way because you're kind of working outside of your gifts. She's like, yeah, you're probably good at this stuff, but like you forget you're probably meant to like actually help people and like do something like you were originally planning to do. She's like, you could still do fashion, but that's probably not what's technically like meant for you like at this present time or this moment. Maybe it'll come on later in life, but you forget like nothing like that was happening when I was focusing on my other major essentially. So I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense, but like, to be completely honest, I don't know if I would want to be a surgeon anymore because I'm old. I am 27 and like I already feel behind, and like to go to med school or whatever I would end up doing or deciding to do, I feel like, you know, I know there's no time limit on things, but like I feel like I'm already behind and trying to play catch up, and everyone else is like, you know, graduating or getting all these things ready for their life, and I'm just now starting. And I know people are late bloomers. I feel like I'm one of those late bloomers when it comes to like life, which is honestly okay, you know, things like that happen. And she's like, well, if it would be surgery, what you could do, even like she mentioned, because she'll always like, not even kidding you, always say like pediatrics, like working with kids. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what it is about kids, but maybe because I'm like childlike in nature too, and that's why maybe they kind of gravitate towards me. But yeah, it's just like, she's like, maybe you could be like working with kids or something or stuff like that. I was like, yeah, maybe that, or like I also find the mind interesting too because my brain is already like interesting, and I would like to learn about it even more. To be completely honest, if I'm going to do like some type of therapy or be like a child doctor or like either even a children therapist or an adult therapist or like specialty therapy or something like that, because like and then after we had that conversation, not even kidding you guys, this little kid was just came up, started talking to me and just telling me things, and I'm just like, if that was not a sign, I guess, then that was a freaking like, hello, get it together kind of sign. Maybe I can look more into this, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look more into this and see what I possibly can do with that. So I feel like I'm kind of reverting back to what was like originally planned for me and what I had planned for myself and what I wanted to do for myself. But it's just a little different, but like still along those same lines. So I just find that very odd and ironic. So I'm just like, wow, this is like insane. But you know, life makes you realize certain things and things do change, and I do have time. I act like I like, you know, 85, even if you are like 85, it's fine, but like I shouldn't be comparing myself to others and feeling so late and behind, you know? And like, it's okay, things happen. At least I was trying to do something. Am I going to completely give up on fashion? No, I'm not. Because I still would like to have my own clothing company. Working on that too, kind of like behind the scenes a bit. And, you know, and then like my family was telling me too, like maybe while I'm, you know, focused on whatever I'm changing my medical pathway to, it'll also help me build the business I would want as well, like my minor now, the original minor in a way. And like, you know, maybe there's something better at the end instead for me going this route, the original route. I'm kind of like circling back around, and I kind of feel okay. Like I don't feel weird, because something did feel awful a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. The war really blowing up in my face, and I didn't understand. So I might take a couple classes, because I was even talking to my best friend too, because like I was telling her at the same time, oh, this is nothing. I was telling her at the same time, like I feel so behind, because I basically called myself a forever freshman, because I'm so technically a freshman, because I get so unmotivated and I feel like nothing was working out for me, and I didn't understand why or what was wrong. I never really communicated that with someone, because like I always feel like people are judging me because I'm like still in college, I'm still here doing this or that, and I'm just like feel like I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, when I'm not. And like I feel like people are like, well, you still shouldn't be there right now, like you should be here with all these other people. And it's just like, it makes it hard when people make you feel that way. So I'm just like, yeah, I just feel like a forever freshman, and like I'm never just gonna catch up with anybody. And then like that's when I realized, I'm like, I need to like be okay with being a late bloomer, because something in the end will work out and it's gonna be great. And all this learning and stuff I'm doing now is gonna pay off. I don't know what I'm doing anymore right now. And that's a-okay, like that's fine. Like I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I need to be able to prove it to myself and be my own support system too, because sometimes I feel like I rely on people, and if they don't give me that support that I'm kind of looking for, I need to be able to give that support to myself and be like, I'm proud of you. And I feel like I don't do that a lot and tell myself that I'm proud of myself. And I feel like I don't hear it a lot sometimes too, and sometimes I would like to hear that more, because I kind of feel like it helps push me more, you know? And yeah, but I need to be able to push myself on and not always like rely on people for that motivation. I need to give myself that motivation. So, because you can only really sometimes rely on yourself, and it's like that sometimes, and that's okay. I don't know if I'm honestly excited to see where everything really goes. Yeah. And it will definitely be a journey. Another thing that I am going with and learning still is kind of like a hard thing for me to do because I don't have that many friends and stuff too. Is like learning to do things by myself. And I want to be able to do things comfortably and not always have to rely on someone, because in a way I've always had someone to be there with, to do things with. And you know, besides like going to work and school of course, but like with like certain activities and stuff, you know, I never really did anything like by myself. And I'm like comfortable like go to like certain events or things like that by myself. And I'm realizing like I was just like, I need to be okay with taking myself out, doing things by myself, because even though I'm learning to love myself too, I need to be comfortable enough with myself and love myself enough to take myself out. I don't need to rely on someone to take me out and do things with. And then another thing, so I feel like before I jump to my next point, I feel like another thing with that too, it kind of is like nerve-wracking a little bit, to be completely honest. Although I'm like a fairly crazy extroverted person, once I really get comfortable and get to know people, yeah, it's just crazy. Like I wouldn't know what to do. I would feel honestly awkward because I'm like, what am I doing here by myself? Like this is something you need to have friends with and not necessarily. And I'm like, this summer I am still going to try to do things. I want to do things even if it's by myself. We can still have a fun lonely girl summer. Like to go to or try to go to if possible, you know? And like even because like a lot of people, I'm the kind of person, I feel like not a lot of people are kind of into stuff I'm into or would want to go to certain things I would want to go to. And like sometimes I'm the kind of person, I can range from like we could go hiking to like the nightclub and everything in between. And me, my favorite thing to do, honestly, I love to dance because it's my stress reliever. I can just let go, be free. And I feel like not a lot of people like going out dancing, or like if they do, they just like to stand there and like be cute. And me, I'm like, I'm wild. Let's go have fun. Let's dance. Let's make a scene. Let's have a moment, you know? You only live once. So it's like I need friends like that who like, you know, hiking, museums, going to tea, going thrifting, going to anime expos, going to like see scary movies, etc., to like, let's get cute and dolled up and go party. So I'm learning to be kind of okay with that, and then I'm gonna try to like experiment vlogging with it too and doing things by myself, and being able to also take myself out and take myself out on dates and stuff like that as well. And then another thing I feel like with that, what was holding me back as well at my big age too, I know there's a lot of people out there, so I know I'm not the only one, I don't know how to drive. I don't have my license. I have major anxiety when it comes to driving, like major anxiety, but I'm slowly getting over that, and I need a license out here just to get to anywhere, to point A to point B. There's other ways I can get there, which I will do, but the goal for me is to get my license by summer, or like during summer, because I can take the bus, I can take a train anywhere, you know, and that's okay. I'm okay with that because low-key it's kind of relaxing, not gonna lie. I like bus rides and like train rides. I really do. I enjoy them thoroughly. And that's okay, and that's fine, as long as I know I have a goal right now in my mind and when I want to get it by. So I am planning to get my license, which I'm excited about, and I hope the car I get is my dream car. And to do, yeah, that, yeah. I feel like without this time that I've had to myself, like these past several months, year, however freaking long it's been, I felt how I feel today and as open and how much I'm opening up more. And that's honestly, I'm really grateful for. And although it came from a situation, it was a much needed situation, and you know, those moments help you learn and grow. And I am kind of like happy for that. Do I still have my moments where I struggle? Yes, of course I do. But it's better than how it used to be. That I can say for sure. And I feel like even now with certain relationships that I have with like family and some friends, because I would be the same way towards everybody with like not be really talking about anything. I feel like I'm talking more and like trying to listen more and be more active in that area. Although it's hard sometimes, but you know, I realize the difference. And I think some people have noticed that too, which is good because that means I'm on the right track and I'm doing something decent and I'm learning. But I'm excited to see what 2023 and the rest of the year has in store for me and what else we're going to do. I do have some fashion videos in mind that I would like to do, especially with certain things. I'm not going to say, you'll see when it happens. That vlogging, I'm trying to get better. If I happen to go to like any events or something, I want to try to vlog it if I can. If I don't feel like so awkward. That's another thing with vlogging, is like having that camera out with you, especially if you're not used to it. It's definitely something. Yeah, so we'll see how I feel about that, but I want to keep trying to vlog because a bristle just went in my eye, because I feel like I'm pretty like insane in a good way. Crazy personality, and I would like to like showcase that more to you guys. I feel like sometimes I could do that with the fashion videos, but sometimes I can't, because like I usually do like a voiceover or something like kind of quick. Yeah. And also with that being said too, it is with getting more comfortable with the camera and having it in my face at all times. I'm like talking to you guys, and me, I'm a pretty boring person. I don't really have much to talk about. So I'm like, I know I'm not exciting, but like, hi. That's just me. And because I just honestly started YouTube because it's kind of, I should say, being more consistent with YouTube, but it's like more for fun for me, and I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what works and what doesn't work. At the same time, kind of for me, or mainly for me, I should say, as bad as that may sound to you guys. But you know, it's just stuff I like to do. And you know, even things that like how some people say like they miss the old YouTube, like things I wish would come back, you know, like these little random venting sessions. I know people do them still and stuff like that, but like, you know, the crazy makeup looks and stuff like that. But we're not even gonna dive into that unless you want to dive into that. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to get some wine for that one. These makeup bags are kind of dirty now from Amazon. So freaking cute. They come in like in a pack. You could get the same color or two different colors. I'll try to link that down below too, because I think they're so cute. I could fit a lot of stuff in there. Anyways, let me do my lashes. Okay, so we're going to finish this face. I believe that was everything I kind of wanted to vent to you guys about, to be completely honest. My lashes are drying right now. I have a few things left to finish with my face, and then this will be the completed look soon. Hopefully it comes out good. I just kind of got sidetracked with talking and wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Been kind of going through the same thing, and you know, going on your journey as well. Have you realized anything similar? Have you been going through something similar? Did you learn anything about yourself at the same time? Things that you have to work on, things that you are working on, and things that you have worked on, and how like you feel and things like that. And like, have you gotten back into any like old hobbies or found any new hobbies? I know I didn't really go into a detail like that, but they're kind of just like generic basic hobbies, like kind of like everyone else. I shouldn't say like downplay it like that, but I mean, it is simple stuff, but it's stuff that I thoroughly enjoy. But I am getting back into writing. The only thing I'll say about my writing is like, I always joke around and be like, I'm an artiste. You know, once I get writer's block, I get true writer's block, and I will not write for months until I get that inspiration or that like urge to write again. Yeah, and I've met people, I had a couple teachers who liked my writing and wanted me to pursue that as well, but I feel like that just might be another little side hobby for me. Yeah, that, and then just casually reading different books. Right now I started over a book because like I read it, but I was still kind of like not in the right headspace to read it, so I started over Sacred Woman. I am reading The Red Queen, and then also Steve Madden's The Cobbler as well. So that's stuff I've been doing. Newer things I have been getting into because of my class was the Adobe Illustrator, and another thing is also kind of acting, but like just for fun. I don't think I'm a great actress. My friend kind of thinks I am, but I don't think I am. But you know, it's something different. It's something new for me that I'm kind of testing out, and you know, meet new people and stuff. But it's different, but it's fun. Like, we'll see how that goes. So I'll try to link it in my bio if I can as well. I did do a little short film for my friend, and there will be a sequel, I believe, for it as well. So yeah. There's always that one lash. Okay, girly, so I can't see right now, but I'm just showing you this before I put my glasses on. This is the finished look to today's little vent session. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you like the look. I hope it came out good. I hope it looks okay. Let me know down below the questions I had earlier, if you're going through the same thing, if you learn anything about yourself, good or bad, or if you could relate to maybe one thing, hopefully, or if you just liked venting sessions, or you know, whatever's on your mind, just let it down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Pandora's Spawn, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.